Samantha, and this is going to be my October wrap-up and November goals video and kind of a life update. I'm also going to answer questions, so this one's going to get really long. I've got a couple of major topics I want to talk about, and warning, I am going to talk about Santa in this video, so if you have small children, I recommend you don't have them in the room for this one. So I'm just giving you the warning up front, and I will have a Santa warning in the description box below, so definitely get the little ones out of the room when we discuss Santa. So anyway, so I want to do kind of a life update because it coincides with my goals for this month. Before we get started, I did enter Olivia in the Gerber baby contest, and I will leave her info down below. You just have to enter the ID number and find her through all the entries. There are so many entries, so I know she doesn't stand a chance, but I would love your votes because some of the kids with the most votes win scholarship money, and then, you know, the big winner wins a lot of money. So I really would love to have some college money for her. So please vote for her if you could. I'd really appreciate that. Oh yeah, I've got a lot of things to talk about. I'm just gonna kind of walk down my list. This video might be all over the place. It is late at night and my brain's pretty much dead at this point. I had the stomach flu for like 7 days, so I've been really out of it. I haven't been using my planner very much the last like week or so. I've been just feeling like I've been in survival mode, just getting through the day, making sure Olivia's taken care of. So I don't even know what my goals were. I'm like just coming out of the stomach flu fog, but I know I did horrible on sugar because of Halloween. I ate so much Halloween candy the last couple days. Oh my goodness. Totally failed on the sugar, totally failed on the fitness, just never felt like going back to the gym. So my goals for November are gonna be super duper simple. One of them involves some things I really want to talk about, and then the easy one is I want to learn how to make really pretty Christmas bows so I can wrap Christmas presents really beautifully. And I also want to start wrapping some of her Christmas presents. Her grandmothers have gone crazy. We have a basement full of Christmas gifts. I need to get these things wrapped. They just order them and send them to the house, and I told them not to pay extra for gift wrapping. I just think that's crazy, and I actually do love wrapping presents. I know it's kind of sick, but I really like it. So I'm gonna get a lot of fun out of that. I wanna go ahead and start on that and learn how to tie the pretty bows so all the presents look so pretty. I'm really excited about Christmas, can you tell? We'll talk about Christmas more in a little bit. It's one of my topics for this. My other goal for this month, which I already started in October, was branch out and try to make new mommy friends. So as you guys know, I was in a mommy group and I ended up leaving the mom group recently. There was some mama drama and I don't want to air too much of it, but pretty much I loved everybody in the group. I'm still friends with a lot of people in the group, but there is one individual and her friends that caused major issues. So it was kind of like behind the scenes things through Facebook messages and through text messages. A lot of people probably don't even know why I left the group, although I'm sure they suspected if we've had conversations about this, because people kept talking about this person to me because they saw how she treated me in our Facebook group. Her own friend actually described it best. This person doesn't think before she types or before she speaks. Obviously, if you guys are watching this, you know the kind of person I am. I'm pretty considerate. I try to be sensitive to people. I try to use some tact when I'm talking about things. You know, it's really important for me to not hurt people's feelings, and this person's the complete opposite of that. They don't give one F about anybody else's feelings but their own, and that just doesn't jive with me. So immediately, you know, there's a big personality clash right there. And I was one of the first members in this group over a year ago when I was pregnant, and I tried to plan a lot of events. She always had snarky things to say about any event I planned, and people picked up on it in the group. Like, people knew it was happening. People saw her doing things like that to me, and they would send me messages and be like, you know, I noticed this, and they really have my back when things happened. So there were a lot of us that were turned off by this specific person, and it got to the point where she attacked me in the forum thing and then sent me text messages attacking me again, calling me names, like really high school level stuff here, like ridiculous. And I just was plain sick of it, you know? I started avoiding this person. And so the group was just no longer fun for me because I couldn't go to any of the group things. This person was always there. And even when she was being nice, we just have that personality clash. Like I said, we're very different people, and I just don't like being around people that don't consider others, really. You know, I want the people around me to be nice, supportive people, and I didn't feel like that with this person. This has been a long, ongoing thing. This has been like a whole year of dealing with this person, pretty much. And it just ended up getting worse and worse. So what really made me decide to leave the group was a particular incident that happened when Olivia started crawling. I decided I was gonna host a play date for crawling babies. And that, you know, that sounds reasonable. I'm gonna have crawling babies come over to my house, and we're gonna hang out with our crawling babies. That's only, you know, a certain percentage of this group, all sorts of ranges of ages. So this just was a smaller group. Since it's gonna be in my home, I felt comfortable with that. I hosted one and it was great, so I went ahead and posted a second one coming up, and I got a message from one of this person's friends saying I couldn't host my play date because it was for crawling babies only. It was a problem that I wasn't including everybody, and that was never the way the group worked before. We were always allowed to, you know, host any kind of play date. We were allowed to put age ranges on it before. The original admin had stepped down, a couple of people had stepped up, and apparently now this wasn't okay. And I'm like, that's crazy, there's no reason for this. And apparently a few people complained. So at this point, I'm like arguing with her. I was like, this is crazy. And I was like, well, how about they host a toddler play date? You know, there's no reason that they can't host their own play date if they're complaining. You know, this event's held in my own house, so I think I should be able to put the limits on the event. We went back and forth with it, and it turned out it was very clear that this other person was the one who complained. It was just how she talked about it. She even mentioned the other person, and it was really clear that it was the other person. I'm just like, okay, I'm over it at this point. I'm over dealing with this person. I already am not going to any events, and I'm having trouble just hosting my own event. So I found a different group, and I asked the admin immediately, can I host a crawling only baby play date? And they said it was fantastic. They thought it was a great idea. They encouraged me to post it. And so I was like, really, WTF with the other group. They really just, this one person and her friends really must have a problem with me. I don't know what it is. I really felt like there was something going on with her more than me. It's like, I'm just trying to host events for everybody to get out and have fun together. And since being out of the group, it's been so nice just not having to deal with this person. Like, I don't know how else to put it. It's been so nice. So anyway, I left the other group, and I was really disappointed in the way things went. I'm really happy that I joined the group because I've made some amazing friends through that group. But I'm really disappointed now I won't be involved in any of their parties, pretty much. We had really good holiday parties, and they just weren't fun for me anymore because of certain people in the group. It's just how it is, you know? You're not going to get along with everybody. Hopefully you can tolerate everybody, but when I feel like I'm being attacked and talked about, I really felt like it wasn't for me. So that leads me to my second goal. I really want to put myself out there and make some new friends, get involved in a couple of other of the mommy groups that I've joined. I really have just kind of lurked their Facebook pages and their group pages, but I really want to get more involved in those and get Olivia in a regular group. We worked on this some the last couple of months because I just felt that I wasn't going to be in that other group. Maybe I would actually still stay in the group, but just not go to things as much, which I had already been doing. So I really knew I needed to find another group. I'm trying really hard to put myself out there and make new friends, and I've done an okay job at it so far. I've been going to a couple of new play dates, and I've had a really good experience with those. I still spend time with a lot of people from the mommies group anyway and have play dates with them too. Overall, I'm really happy that I just went ahead and left the group because it really forced me to step out of my comfort zone and try to make new friends. So I talked way too long, and I'll piece that together and shorten it because I know it was like ridiculously long what I'm talking about. But anyway, let's move on to my next topic, which is Christmas. I had posted a video where I had shown some of the Christmas presents I had bought for Olivia, and this is the warning Santa talk right now. Santa talk. I said in that video I would tell you guys how we're doing Christmas if you guys want to know. Somebody had said they did want to know, so we're going to talk about how we're doing Christmas. I still believe that Santa is real. You can choose to believe if Santa's real or not. I believe he's real, and my philosophy is if you don't believe in Santa, you don't get presents. So that's something that I'm going to kind of instill in Olivia. If you don't believe in Santa, Santa's not going to bring you any presents. Most of her presents will come from us and from family members, and hopefully, if she's a good girl, Santa will bring her some good presents too. We're going to really incorporate Santa into our Christmas traditions. I want to bake Santa cookies and leave out milk for him, write Santa a letter, go see Santa and get pictures with Santa, things like that. I really love the magic and the special things that are involved in Christmas and with Santa. We are not religious, so we're not going to have much of the religious aspect of it. I just want it to be a magical day that she can just be a kid. Be a kid, love opening Christmas presents. We aren't going to set a limit on what people buy her. She is the first grandchild on both sides of my family, so she already has got presents in the basement, like I said. There's so many presents down there. So far I have gifts from Johnny's parents. My mom hasn't bought any for Christmas yet, although she's been buying like random gifts a lot. But what I did was I made an Amazon wish list and sent it to everybody who wants to know what she needs for Christmas, and they can just pick things off of that. I haven't set limits for them. The only limit we decided to set was our money limit for how much Johnny and I are going to spend. And we decided our limit is going to be $300. And my philosophy with this moving forward is I want her to get her presents at Christmas and at her birthday. And like when we go to stores, I'm not going to buy her a toy every time. I don't want to be constantly buying toys. I want these to be, you know, the main toy times for her. We are making Christmas, you know, a higher budget thing. $300 is a lot for a little kid, but it's gonna mostly last her a year. I'm thinking ahead, like presents up to 2-year-old, because she'll turn 2 right after Christmas this next year. So I'm really trying to think ahead and get presents that she'll use throughout that whole year with that $300. I also want to get essentials, like if there's stuff she needs, like she's going to need some of those suction cup plates and bowls and things because she's going to start using utensils and she's going to start eating more real food. So she's going to need things like that. So those are things on her Christmas list, stuff like that. It's not all going to be toys, but the majority of it is going to be toys. And I know the grandparents are going to go crazy, so she's going to have so many toys at Christmas, but I just want Christmas to be super magical, and it's like one day she can totally go hog wild and, you know, be a kid and go crazy over all the toys. I feel like life is already full of lessons, so I don't want, you know, to limit her to like one toy or, you know, limit the grandparents to only buying one toy. I really want it to be magical for her. I want her to look back at it and think she got everything she ever wanted for Christmas type of thing, and that she, you know, has really fond memories of Christmas. I don't want her to have memories like, all I got one Christmas was clothes or something that she didn't want. But on top of that, part of the Christmas season for us is going to be giving. We do want to instill, you know, Christmas isn't just about all the toys you get. We want to make sure that we're donating, we're volunteering, we're giving. We're doing things like the angel tree where we buy gifts for other children. She's gonna have to donate some toys, things like that, where I really want to instill in her that it's, you know, a season of giving. It's not just all about her. And so we'll have things that are not toy related. I also want to do a lot of Christmas traditions that aren't toy related, you know, crafts and like having a pajama movie night for Christmas Eve and all the stuff like that. So we're just beginning this year. She's really little for a lot of the things I hope to start doing in the next few years. But that's kind of like a look ahead, what we're thinking, where we're headed as far as Christmas plans, budget plans. I think $300 is really reasonable up until a certain point when she becomes like a preteen or a teen, where she's gonna want more high ticket items like a laptop or something crazy like that that's going to be more expensive. And then, you know, it'll be basically she just gets that big gift from us at least. So yeah, that covers how we're doing Christmas so far, and I'll probably change it up depending on how this Christmas goes. If we have a basement full of toys after this Christmas, we may have to limit the grandparents a little bit. But as of right now, you know, I want the grandparents to enjoy themselves too. I know this Christmas is mostly for the parents and the grandparents. So just talking about October, I feel like October was a great month, except me getting sick the last week and not being able to chow down on Halloween candy until well after Halloween now. But I really have gone crazy on the Halloween candy the last 2 days since I've been feeling better. But Halloween was really cute. We didn't do anything. This year it was freezing and raining, so we had one trick-or-treater. I'm still bummed. Every year we've only had a few trick-or-treaters because the weather's just so terrible. But it was really fun. We all dressed up, and Olivia was a little pumpkin, but she absolutely hated her Halloween costume, so we didn't get to put it on her very much. And I didn't even get any really good smiley photos of her in her costume. So hopefully next year she'll like her costume a little bit better. Another thing this month, I tried to save a little bit of money on our grocery budget. I spent about $5.25. I don't know the exact number, but that's what I have in my head. It was around $5.25, which I felt was pretty good. I'd really like to get it well under $500, so that's what I'm going to shoot for this next month. But with that $525, we have a full pantry and a full fridge. I really feel like this next month we can eat from the meats in the freezer. I'll buy things when they're on sale really good, and you know, whatever I need for a recipe. I'm still trying to do some new recipes. That adds a little bit to the grocery bill if you have to, you know, buy things you wouldn't ordinarily buy. Sometimes they're like specialty things, like $4 pack of cheese or something random, you know. I'm okay with that. I would just like our budget to be cut a little bit more. And part of the reason is we did buy the car. I want to pay that off as soon as possible. But part of it is we're trying to boost up our savings as much as we can and not spend so much money on frivolous stuff. And I know I go way over on the grocery budget. I know we spend a lot on groceries. So that's someplace I feel like we could cut and not really sacrifice. So that's what I'm still working on this next month. So that's kind of an overarching goal I'll have for the next few months as well. It's just kind of work on shopping from the sales ads and cooking my meal plan around the sale ads. You know, it takes a little bit of extra time, but not really. You know, I have to look at the sales ad when I'm making my meal plan. It takes maybe an extra 5 minutes at the most, and then it's done. So I feel like I can really get that budget down, especially since we have such a good stock in our pantry now. And I think that is it for this video. I'm going to ask the same question I asked last month. If you've got easy meal ideas, leave them in the comments below. I'm still looking for more easy meals. I've been going through some of your easy meals. We really liked everything we've tried so far, which has only been 2. We had another one on this week's meal plan, and I made the fajitas the normal way because I forgot to put them in the crock pot early enough. I just threw some chicken breasts in the crock pot and did the rest of it normal. But anyway, we did try the pasta sauce, which was awesome, and we also tried the Italian chicken, which was awesome. So thank you, Michelle, and thank you, Christina, for those. Going along with that, I'll ask you guys another question. I would love to know one of your holiday traditions, like your most treasured holiday traditions with your kids. We're working on deciding what we're gonna have as our traditions, so I would love to hear what you guys do. That is it. My battery's about to die, so I've got to wrap this up. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and give me a thumbs up if you like these kind of videos, and I'll catch you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.